Hi guys, how are you doing? Today we are going to make ogbono soup with okra. So here are all the ingredients I'll be using to make this soup. First thing I did was to wash all the meats. I washed my goat meat and the chicken, the hot chicken. This one takes time to cook. So I add all of them inside the pot with the stockfish, and I add the spices I'll be using to pre-cook the meat. First thing I add was my chopped onions and two yellow scotch bonnet. I like slicing it, you can blend it. And also I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon flavor. So just stir it together and then you cover the pot to cook. And one thing, I didn't add water. Like I said before, whenever I'm making goat meat, like pre-cooking the meat, I don't always add water from the beginning, because definitely after 10 to 15 minutes it is going to bring out some water. You see that? So after 10 minutes I started cooking this is what we'll have. So now I decided to top it up, like 2 cups of water. So just add water. I added 2 cups of water, and I cover the pot to cook for another 15 minutes, because I want the goat meat and the hot chicken and the stockfish to cook very well. So after 15 minutes, which is completely 1 hour, I'm now adding the mackerel. Mackerel is one fish that you always want to use when you are making your okra soup and your ogbono soup. You can smoke your mackerel, you can roast your mackerel, or you can put it in the oven. It will give you the same result. So I cover the pot to cook for 20 minutes. Mackerel doesn't take time to cook. So after 20 minutes, the mackerel is ready. So I take it out. I'm now taking it out from the meat. Just set it aside. We'll still add it back inside the pot of soup. But you have to take it out first. So after that, I add another 2 cups of water and also add my oil. So this particular method I'm using right now, I just want to add everything together. I'm not frying this ogbono. You can fry your ogbono. There are different ways we can make our ogbono soup, but this particular method, I'm not frying it. I'm just, adding everything together in one pot and making my soup. You can still fry yours. I will still do a video of how to make ogbono soup by frying it, but I just want to do this particular method to see how it's going to come out, and I believe it's going to come out so good. So after adding the oil, cover your pot for the oil to melt, at least like 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, I'm adding half cup of ogbono. I got this ogbono from African store, and this ogbono is very, very good and slimy. I love ogbono whenever it's so slimy, whenever it draws so good. That is what I always want whenever I'm making ogbono soup. So after adding the ogbono, you give it a quick stir, just like 2 to 3 minutes. Keep stirring it. The reason why we are doing this is that we don't want it to form, some lumps. We want everything to melt together inside the pot of soup. So after stirring the ogbono, I'm now adding grounded okpei. Ogiri okpei is important for ogbono soup, and also uziza seed. I love that because the spiciness from this gives it another flavor. I'm adding my blended red chili pepper and crayfish. So after adding all this ingredient together, then you stir the pot of soup once again. Guys, I love stirring. I don't know why. I love stirring my soup. So stir the pot of soup, and that's it. So after stirring it, I'm adding shrimp. I'm using shrimp also to make this soup, guys. You see, it's a lot of ingredients in this pot of soup. Whatsoever you have in your fridge, use it to make this ogbono soup. It's one of my favorite soup. So after adding the shrimp and all the ingredients, you cover the pot to cook for just 10 minutes. Then after 10 minutes, almost the soup is ready, at least 90% ready. So now I'm adding my chopped okra. I have like 4 packs of okra and I cut all of them. So now I add all of them inside the soup. So after adding the okra, you just stir it, stir the okra, mix it together with the soup as well. And after that, I just cover it to cook for just 5 minutes. I don't want to overcook the okra. I just want it to be fresh whenever I'm eating it. So guys, I do not cover it all the way. You see how I did that? So I allow it to cook for just 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, this is what we have, guys. So just stir it and also test for salt to see if you need to add more salt or stock cube. So whatsoever, but make sure that you test your soup before adding more ingredients. So after adding the okra, after 5 minutes, I'm adding the vegetables. Here I'm using kale. Generally vegetable doesn't take time to cook. So what I did was to turn off the heat. I just turn off the heat and add the vegetables and just stir all of them together and add my mackerel. I don't want to add it, I don't want to add it before now. I just want it to be the last thing I will add because I don't want it to scatter inside the soup. Guys, the soup is ready. After adding it, just leave it there. Let it simmer for just 2 minutes. And the soup is ready, guys. You can pair this with your gari, with your fufu, with your cassava, with your whatsoever swallow you have or you want to. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by. If you find this video helpful, I want you to share to your friends and also make this soup for your family. They will love it. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel for more video. Bye.